the KTMs of Pedro Acosta and Brad Binder as Miller now comes through into what I think is fifth place.
Marc Marquez will be a second clear very, very quickly. Fabio Quartararo gets on the inside of Pedro Acosta. Nice move that by the Yamaha rider coming through at the right-hander of turn 13. Remind you, El Diablo, Quartararo crashed on the sighting lap on the slick tyres on a very wet COTA surface. You have to say the track here does dry very, very quickly. The advantage is already a second. We're not even completed lap number one here in Austin, Texas, and Marc Marquez already producing a masterful performance here at the front. Miller goes aggressive on the inside of Frankie Morbidelli into turn 20. It's been some first lap this by the Australian on the 43, but 1.1 seconds clear. Marc leads over Alex.
Maverick Vinales didn't get out of the pit lane to start this race, but he's some 10 seconds off the back of the field. Morbidelli trying to attack once again on Jack Miller, who's won that battle for now. Quartararo next along, second of the Yamahas. He runs seventh ahead of our first two KTMs. Binder and Acosta, eighth and ninth.
Down through turn 2 on the factory Yamaha now. We'll weave and snake our way through this spectacular first sector. Such a physically demanding part of this 5.5 kilometre COTA circuit as you go left, right with Quartararo. There's Bagnaio's coming with a big early pressure here, isn't he, from the Gian Antonio. Bit of a gap then further back. Quartararo currently in 7th place, with a couple of KTMs accompany behind him in the shape of Binder and Acosta.
We saw yesterday in the sprint, Bagnaio took 2 or 3 laps to really get up to speed after that initial great start. As we've got a KTM battle here. Acosta on Binder, right into the back of Quartararo. Pedro very nearly did as he now comes through. That's the battle for 8th place between the two KTMs as Marc Marquez continues to blaze a trail at the front. Alex Marquez matching him so far on this second lap, but Marc Marquez has got the jump he wanted.
Pedro Acosta, we know what a missile the KTM is in a straight line, but just how good in straight line braking is Fabio Quartararo. He talked about this yesterday, he's in a little bit hot. Pedro Acosta also in hot. That's all down to the slipstream getting sucked into that heavy braking. Look at that, they're scrubbing off pretty much 300 kilometres an hour in less than 8 seconds, one of the most harshest braking zones on the Grand Prix calendar, as Morbidelli and Miller go toe-to-toe.
The big winner from that Quartararo-Acosta incident down to 12 was Brad Binder, who have overtook the pair of them and is now pinned to 7th place. Alpiquet has also got involved in all of that. He's now through on Acosta, who was hoping to take 7th place. He's ended up coming out of all of that in 10th.
Marc in cruise control already at the front of this COTA Grand Prix. We'll check the gap between him and Alex as we start lap 3. Yeah, Marc at 2:03.399 is the fastest lap so far. He's 1.1 seconds clear of Alex in second place. That was the gap at the end of lap 1, wasn't it, as well? And having lunged on the inside of Alex Marquez into turn 11 on lap 1, Bagnaio was nowhere near close enough to try and repeat that manoeuvre on lap 2, and in fact he's dropped nearly half a second behind Alex as we start this third lap of 19.
The important thing for Bagnaio is just to try and stay as close to the two ahead of him, or perhaps more likely to Alex Marquez ahead of him, as he can in these early laps, because we've often seen once the race settles down 3 or 4 laps in, Bagnaio's got similar-ish pace to the Marquez brothers and can potentially have a go at catching the younger Marquez simply for second place. Bagnaio looks like he's settled down into a sensible sort of rhythm on this third lap of 19. Reminder, 19 lap race distance now after that initial aborted start.
You can't give Marc Marquez daylight and clear track anywhere in the world, let alone at a track where he's pretty much made his second home as Al.